Good evening, everybody. My name's Ryan Davis, and tonight I'm going to share with you why you should consider becoming an online learner. I've had the opportunity over the last 2 years to take several courses online through Trine University. I initially started as a main campus student at Trine University in 2010. I spent 2 years on the main campus studying and learning for my degree. Something happened in 2012 that required me to drop out of school. I spent 1 year considering what I was going to do with my life. I got involved in my community, started working, came home, and realized I wanted to finish my college degree. Unfortunately, my work prevented me from being able to attend most courses, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, the typical class schedule. This was very inconvenient for me and limited my ability to get to classes on time. I tried it for 1 semester and I did horrible. I actually failed the 3 classes that I was taking because I was not able to manage working a normal job and going to school at the same time. It was at this time that I started considering going back to Trine, and I realized that I unfortunately would not be able to financially afford being able to take off work to finish my degree. And that's when I reached out to an advisor. An advisor got in touch with me and told me about the opportunity to take classes online. She told me that if I was self-motivated and independent worker and that I continued to push myself hard, I would be successful at taking online courses. So, like any good student would do, I started doing my research. One of the things I was curious about with becoming an online student is what the cost difference would be. It was not that much more expensive, just a couple $100 more, to take an online course than it was to take an in-person class. The other thing that she informed me was that my classes would be shorter. Most in-person classes take 16 weeks, where most online courses are only 8 weeks. So you can imagine you're doing twice the amount of work in half the amount of time. So we must work harder and longer to get the work done in a shorter amount of time. You must have good time management skills to take online courses. For me, I had to manage being able to go to work while making sure I was meeting all of my deadlines. This was done fairly easy as all of my professors made it well known early on in the course when due dates would be. Every time I took a course, I printed off the course calendar and the syllabus, and I made a point to highlight the due dates for each of my assignments. I made sure to coordinate this with my work schedule to allow enough time to complete assignments that needed to be done. I would usually spend a couple hours a night doing schoolwork each night, whereas most students that are taking in-person classes only go for 1 to 2 days a week. I found it much easier to retain information when I was studying a little bit each night and getting more work done. The other thing I really enjoyed about online learning was the class size. For most people, they don't mind going into a classroom that's large and they don't mind speaking up. But for those that are shy, they have a difficult time thriving in a classroom that's large. So for online learners, this is a great advantage as you still get the interaction with students that's necessary, but you also get to spend time working independently. Your professor accessibility is a big difference when you're online versus in-person as well. In-person classes allows you to see your professor each night that you have class and ask him or her questions. Online students are required to contact their professors through email or phone calls. Most of the time, I did not have any issues getting responses back from my professors rather quickly when I had questions. But this can be a concern for some students, especially those that are not good with time management and wait till the last minute to ask their professor questions. There can be other complications when you're taking online courses, like technical glitches that may happen. If a student's not able to have a good internet access, they may not be able to connect to their courses and ask questions. And also, if the student does not have a successful and updated computer, there can be issues with their computer not functioning correctly. This can cause complications with the student not getting work done or submitted on time, or there may be issues with Moodle or whatever program your school is using when you go to upload an assignment, it may not actually attach the assignment like it's supposed to, and it could show that an assignment was turned in late when it really was completed on time. So for some students, that can be a concern. In 2 years of doing this, I've not had any issues. One other advantage is taking online courses is that there may be specialty classes that are offered online that may not be readily available on campus. You may have a specialist, a PhD, that wants to teach a class on a specific subject matter, but they may not be able to come to your campus to teach it, but they are available to teach it remotely. So there can be great benefits to students by taking online courses, and there may be specialty classes, as I mentioned before, that you may not get the opportunity to take on a traditional campus. Whereas on class, you can take most any class, regular classes that you need, your English classes, your history classes. They're all readily available. Those courses are also available online, so you have the opportunity to take everything online or in person. Your learning environment at home is much more comfortable. You get to sit around in pajamas, kick back, relax, do your homework. You don't actually have to dress or take 2 steps out your door to get your homework assignments done. And for most people like me who work 2 jobs and have a busy life, it was great to be able to do all of my work at home on my computer or while I was working. I did not have to take time off work to finish my degree, so that was a great advantage for myself. And I didn't have to worry about commuting to classes anywhere. So I hope that you will consider the advantages to becoming an online student, and that you will definitely consider taking online courses in the future.